It's time for reading. If you've noticed my belt, I hope you watched the language video already because there was a wild wrestling match and I won the title. So I'm very proud to be wearing it during our reading lesson today. Now, we read before the weekend chapters 3 and 4 of The Year of Billy Miller. Gabby, the babysitter, is over, right? And she's upstairs putting Sal to bed. And then she comes down and Billy and Gabby play cards. But Billy's trying to do something. What's he trying to do? That's right, he wants to stay awake all night long. So he tries to prolong and trick Gabby into staying awake and not putting him to bed. How does he do that? That's right, they're playing a card game and he doesn't play the cards that he thinks will make him win because he's trying to prolong it. That means make it longer, a longer game. Okay? So, but eventually the game kind of comes to an end and he goes up to his room and he tries to do all these techniques to keep himself awake. But then, what happens? That's right, he kind of starts to get freaked out. And it's only 10:30. It's barely, not even close to the middle of the night yet. He's in big trouble. So what does he do then? Well, he needs reinforcements, right? So he goes and he wakes up Sal and he bribes her. How does he bribe her to stay up with him? Yes, with the pearl. Now he's not willing to give it to her for real. He says, well, you can hold on to it and just borrow it, okay? So, well, that appeases her and they go to Billy's room and they play a little bit, but then they start to get sleepy again. And so Sal's like, I have an idea. Let's play with the Drop Sisters. Tell stories. And she asked Billy to tell a story about a make-believe drop sister. What's the name of his drop sister? Cough Drop, that's right. And he's big, right? He's a big. So they're playing a while, and then what happens? Sal kind of drifts off to sleep, and she says those 3 magic words. What does she say? I love you. And Billy decides that he actually loves his sister right back. It just hit him like a ton of bricks. He did love her. All right? That takes us to chapter 5 today, which you are going to be reading and then taking the part 3 test instead of questions. But you do have vocabulary for part 5. The words are murky, provisions, brunch, forlorn, ricocheting, and shrieks. All right, once again, murky, provisions, brunch, forlorn, ricocheting, and shrieks. What is murky? Have you ever been to a lake and you can't see through the water? It's kind of dirty. It's murky, very dark or cloudy. Provisions. Well, things, let's say you're going camping and you need to pack food and toilet paper and everything you're going to need for your trip. Those would be provisions. Brunch, you know brunch. Yes, a combination of breakfast, lunch, yes. Forlorn. It's very sad because you're all alone. Who was forlorn in this chapter? Chapter 4. Billy, yep. Remember he went to go get Sal? Ricocheting. Wee, wee, wee. Have you ever played pinball where the ball goes ding, 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 ding? The ball is ricocheting around in the machine. Shrieks! That's a loud, high-pitched cry. Hope I didn't scare you. All right, so that's your vocabulary for chapter 5. Go ahead and read it, and then you're going to take the test for the whole part. Remember, use your vocabulary, use your book, because resources are the key. You've gotten great grades so far. Let's keep up our streak, our winning streak. So here are all the words from the whole part, but you're only going to pick 5. So you get to choose 5 words to use in a sentence. But the key is you have to demonstrate the meaning of the word in your sentence. Remember context clues? I have to know what the word means from your sentence. That doesn't mean writing the definition in the sentence. It means using it in a way that explains what the word means. Okay? Something like, and you can't use this one, my hand got cut on the jagged edge of the knife. Okay? The word was jagged. My finger got cut, so it must have been kind of pointy and sharp. Okay? All right, so 5, only choose 5. Then you have the same thing that we've done before by chapter, where you use the novel to fill in the blanks. Find the spot in the book where it talks about these words and fill in the words that are missing. Use your book. Don't try and guess. The reason why you're doing so well so far is because you're using those resources, and it goes all the way through chapter 5. But it's all broken down, so you don't have to do a lot of looking. So if you follow the chapters, you're going to be A-okay. Well, I think I'm going to go challenge Macho Man to a rematch. He's out there crying right now, and he's feeling pretty low or forlorn. Bye.